Start with the peak moment, the confrontation in first class. Use present tense for immediacy. I'm sitting in seat 2A, noise-canceling headphones on, reviewing my pre-flight checklist on my tablet when I feel a sharp tap on my shoulder. Then another, harder this time. I pull off my headphones and look up to see a woman in her mid-50s, designer sunglasses perched on her head, Louis Vuitton carry-on in one hand, staring down at me like I've personally offended her entire bloodline. Character introduction. Protagonist, Captain Maya Richardson, 34-year-old black female pilot, calm, professional, wearing casual clothes, jeans, simple sweater. Antagonist, the Karen, Patricia Whitmore, entitled, makes assumptions based on appearance. The confrontation unfolds. Build tension through dialogue and internal monologue. Patricia's voice gets louder with each exchange. She insists Maya is in the wrong seat. Maya shows her boarding pass. Patricia doesn't believe it. There must be some mistake. She calls the flight attendant. Key emotional beats. Maya's initial patience. She's dealt with this before. The stares from other first-class passengers. Patricia's increasingly aggressive tone. The moment Patricia says, "People like you should be grateful to even be on this plane, let alone in first class." The hidden truth revealed. To audience, not Patricia yet. Maya's internal thoughts reveal she's not just a passenger, she's the captain of this flight. But she's flying as a passenger today on the first leg to Seattle, then she'll be piloting the connection to Tokyo. She's been up for 36 hours dealing with a family emergency, her mother's sudden hospitalization, caught a red eye to make this connection, and she's exhausted. Suspense elements. Why is a captain flying as a passenger? What's the family emergency? How will this confrontation end? Section ends with, the flight attendant Jessica arrives. She recognizes Maya immediately, and her face goes pale. Patricia is still demanding Maya be moved. Jessica looks between them, unsure how to handle this delicate situation. "Ma'am, I think there's something you should know." But Maya subtly shakes her head. She has a better idea. Flashback structure. While the confrontation pauses, Jessica is checking tickets. Take viewers through Maya's journey to this moment. Hours earlier, Maya was in her apartment in Denver, celebrating her daughter Zoe's 8th birthday via video call. She's stationed in Seattle. Zoe lives with her ex-husband in Atlanta after a difficult divorce. The joy of seeing Zoe blow out candles. Then, the call that changed everything. Her mother, Catherine, collapsed. Brain aneurysm. Surgeons in Atlanta gave her 48 hours, maybe less. Maya needed to get there now. The impossible logistics. No direct flights available. She was scheduled to captain Flight 447 Seattle to Tokyo tomorrow. She called her supervisor, Captain Robert Chen. He arranged this. Fly as passenger on today's Flight 229 to Seattle, take the connection to Atlanta, see her mother, then catch the last red-eye back to captain tomorrow's Tokyo flight. If she missed that flight, she'd lose her position on the prestigious international route, something she'd worked 15 years to achieve. Character depth. Why this matters. Maya's backstory through quick, emotional flashbacks. Growing up poor in rural Georgia. Her father, a mechanic who died when she was 12. Her mother, Catherine, worked 3 jobs to put Maya through school. Catherine's words. "Baby, you're going to fly higher than any Richardson ever has." Maya's struggle through flight school as one of only 3 black women in her class. The discrimination, the doubt, the doors slammed in her face. Every achievement dedicated to her mother. Present moment. Internal conflict. Back on the plane, Maya watches Patricia's red face, her entitled anger, and thinks about all the Patricias she's encountered. The passengers who requested different pilots when they saw her. The instructor who told her she didn't have the temperament for command. The airline executive who suggested she'd be better suited for regional routes. Emotional core. Maya's exhausted, heartbroken, and terrified her mother will die before she gets there. But she's also angry that even here, even now, she has to prove she belongs. The rage battles with her professional training. She could reveal who she is right now, humiliate Patricia, but something holds her back. Suspense. Build. Time pressure. Her connection to Atlanta boards in 3 hours. Physical tension. Maya's hands are shaking. Exhaustion plus emotion. Jessica, the flight attendant, is still waiting for Maya's signal. Patricia is now filming on her phone, threatening to make this go viral. Other passengers starting to whisper, take sides. Section ends with, Maya makes a decision. She stands up, looks Patricia dead in the eye, and says calmly, "You're absolutely right. I'll move." Patricia's triumphant smirk, Jessica's shocked expression. Maya gathers her things, and as she walks past Patricia toward economy, she whispers something only Patricia can hear. "See you in a bit." Patricia looks confused but victorious. Maya settles into seat 32B in economy, squeezed between a nervous teenage flyer named Marcus and a businessman who's already asleep. Marcus recognizes something in Maya's uniform jacket, visible in her bag, and asks if she works for the airline. Maya just smiles. Something like that. Marcus's story, parallel narrative. Build connection with Marcus. He's flying alone for the first time, going to his father's funeral in Seattle. He's terrified of flying. Maya, despite her own pain, begins talking him through it, teaching him about flight mechanics, how safe it is, what every sound means. This shows Maya's character. Even in her darkest moment, she helps others. Meanwhile, in first class, cut between economy and first class, Patricia is basking in her victory, loudly telling other passengers about that entitled woman she had removed. She's ordering champagne, making comments about people who don't know their place. Another first-class passenger, an older white man named Richard Thornton, who will become important, is quietly observing, looking uncomfortable. The announcement. Captain Chen's voice comes over the PA. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a slight delay. We'll have more information shortly." Groans throughout the cabin. Patricia loudly complains to Jessica about the wait. Backstage drama, revealed through Maya's text messages. Maya's phone buzzes, texts from Captain Chen. "Maya, we have a problem. Captain Rodriguez called in sick, food poisoning. You're our only qualified pilot available for the Tokyo route. I need you to captain this flight to Seattle instead of riding passenger. I know what you're dealing with, but 347 people need to get to their connections." Maya's impossible choice. Flashback to her mother's hospital room via her sister's video call. Catherine, barely conscious, hooked to machines. Her sister pleading, "Maya, you need to come now." But if Maya captains this flight, she'll miss her Atlanta connection. She might miss her mother's last hours. The decision. In the cramped economy bathroom, Maya breaks down. Silent tears, fists clenched. She thinks about who she is. A pilot who swore an oath. A daughter who owes her mother everything. She can't be both right now. She texts Chen, "I'll fly the plane." Then texts her sister, "I'm so sorry. I'll get there as fast as I can. Tell Mom I love her. Tell her I'm flying." Emotional climax of this section. Maya splashes water on her face, straightens her spine, and walks back to her economy seat. She pulls her captain's jacket from her bag. Marcus sees the 4 stripes on her shoulders, the mark of a captain, and his eyes go wide. You're the pilot?" Maya nods, putting on her jacket. "I am. And Marcus? That woman who had me kicked out of first class? She's about to learn why you should never judge a book by its cover." Section ends with, Maya walks down the aisle toward the cockpit, captain's jacket on, head high. Every eye in economy watches. She passes first class. Patricia looks up from her champagne, sees Maya in full uniform, and the glass literally slips from her hand. Maya doesn't break stride. She reaches the cockpit door, turns back briefly, makes direct eye contact with Patricia, and says loud enough for first class to hear, "Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain speaking. We'll be departing shortly." Patricia's face drains of all color. Maya enters the cockpit, greets her first officer, a young Asian American woman named Lieutenant Sarah Kim, former Air Force, sharp as a tack. Sarah already knows something's up. She saw the commotion boarding. "Captain Richardson, are you okay to fly?" Maya appreciates the direct question. She's honest. "I've had better days, Sarah, but these passengers need to get where they're going. So do I." The pre-flight. Through the cockpit preparation, reveal Maya's expertise, the confidence in her hands moving across controls, the radio communications. This is where she belongs. This is who she is. For these few hours, she's not a grieving daughter. She's a captain responsible for 347 lives. Patricia's meltdown, cut to first class. Jessica approaches Patricia, who's demanding to speak to the captain. Jessica, with barely concealed satisfaction, "Ma'am, you just met her." Patricia insists there must be a mistake. She wants off the plane. Jessica, professionally, "We're about to taxi. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened." Patricia tries to leave her seat. Jessica firmly, "Ma'am, interfering with a flight crew is a federal offense. I need you to sit down." Other first-class passengers are now filming Patricia. The tables have turned completely. Richard Thornton speaks up. Remember Richard, the older man who was uncomfortable earlier? He's actually a retired airline executive. He speaks up. "Ma'am, I've been flying for 40 years. I watched what you did. That pilot you tried to humiliate, she showed you more grace than you deserved. Now sit down and let her do her job." Patricia, humiliated, sits, but her anger is morphing into fear. Is she in trouble? The takeoff. Maya's voice comes over the PA. Professional, warm, commanding. "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Maya Richardson. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard Flight 229 with service to Seattle. We'll be cruising at 37,000 feet. In economy, Marcus is squeezing his armrests, terrified, but hearing Maya's voice calms him. The woman who helped him is now flying the plane. The smooth takeoff. Describe the takeoff from Maya's perspective. The physics, the power, the moment of rotation when the wheels leave Earth. This is poetry. This is freedom. For just a moment, despite everything, she feels peace. Mid-flight. Tension 30 minutes into the flight, turbulence hits. Moderate but enough to scare nervous flyers. Maya's voice comes on, calm and reassuring. "Folks, we're hitting some choppy air. Nothing to worry about. Just Mother Nature reminding us she's in charge. Flight attendants, please take your seats." In first class, Patricia is gripping her armrests, terrified. The irony isn't lost on anyone around her. Maya's crisis moment. Alone with her thoughts at 37,000 feet, Maya's phone buzzes with a text from her sister. Her heart stops, but it's not the news she feared. "Mom woke up, asked for you. Doctors say she's stabilizing. We have time, Maya. We have time." Maya's eyes fill with tears, but she can't break. Not here, not now. Sarah notices. "Captain?" Maya just nods. "We're good, Lieutenant. We're good. The redemption offer." Jessica comes to the cockpit during cruise. "Captain, I don't know if you want to hear this, but the woman from first class, Patricia Whitmore, she's asking if she can apologize to you, says she feels sick about what she did." Maya thinks about it. Part of her wants to say no, but she remembers her mother's words. "Baby, grace isn't for people who deserve it. It's for people who need it." Maya, "Tell her after we land. Right now, I have a plane to fly." Section ends with, the Seattle skyline comes into view through the cockpit window. The city lights shimmer in the dusk. Maya begins the descent checklist. Sarah says, "That was some smooth flying, Captain." Maya, "The smoothest part comes next." Sarah looks confused. "The landing?" Maya smiles slightly. "No. Watching that woman's face when we deplane. The perfect landing." Describe the landing through Maya's expert execution. The gradual descent, the final approach, the moment the wheels kiss the runway with barely a bump. In the cabin, spontaneous applause breaks out. This isn't normal. Passengers recognize something special happened. Deplaning. Maya completes her post-flight checklist, thanks Sarah for her excellent work, and prepares to face what's waiting in the cabin. She knows protocol. She'll stand at the exit and thank passengers as they leave. The line of passengers. As Maya stations herself at the exit, passengers begin filing out. Marcus stops, shakes her hand. "Captain, thank you. For everything. I wasn't just scared of flying. I was scared I couldn't be brave enough to say goodbye to my dad. You showed me what courage looks like." Maya hugs him. "You're braver than you know." Multiple passengers stop to thank her, comment on the smooth flight. Several ask for photos. Maya graciously accepts, but her eyes keep drifting to first class, where Patricia sits, still buckled, waiting until everyone else has gone. The Confrontation, Part 2. Finally, it's just Patricia, Jessica, and Maya. Patricia stands, approaches slowly. Her eyes are red. "Captain Richardson, Her voice cracks. Real tears. "There's no excuse for what I did. I was wrong. I was terrible. I judged you based on nothing but my own horrible prejudices." Maya waits. Doesn't make it easy. Patricia continues. "I'm a nurse. I spent 20 years working in hospitals, helping people. And today I realized I've become the exact kind of person I used to despise. Someone who looks at another human being and sees a category instead of a person." The moment of grace. Maya could destroy her, could report her, could let the viral videos do their work. Instead, Ms. Whitmore. Patricia nods, crying openly now. Maya, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to remember this feeling, this shame, and the next time you see someone who doesn't look like they belong somewhere, you're going to check yourself. You're going to remember that you have no idea who people are or what they've overcome to be there. Can you do that? Patricia, yes, God, yes, I'm so sorry. Maya extends her hand. Then we're good. Fly safe, Ms. Whitmore. Richard Thornton's revelation. As Patricia leaves, Richard Thornton approaches. Captain Richardson, I don't think we've officially met. I'm Richard Thornton. I used to run Pacific Continental Airlines. Maya's eyes widen. He's legendary. I've been watching your career, and after today, I want to talk to you about a position heading our new diversity and training program. We need pilots like you not just in the cockpit, but shaping the next generation. Maya's phone rings. Her sister. Maya excuses herself, answers. The final emotional beat. Maya, Mom's awake, really awake. She wants to talk to you. Her mother's weak voice comes on. Baby, did you fly today? Maya, tears streaming. Yes, Mama, I flew, and I'm coming to see you. I'll be there in 4 hours. Catherine, I'm so proud of you, baby. You're flying higher than any Richardson ever has. Maya, because you gave me wings, Mama. I'm coming home. The final scene. Maya exits the plane, walks through the terminal in full uniform. People stare, some with admiration, some with curiosity, maybe some with prejudice. She holds her head high. She has a connection to catch to Atlanta. Her mother is waiting. Tomorrow, she'll fly to Tokyo. But today she flew a plane load of strangers safely home. She faced discrimination with dignity. She chose grace over vengeance. She proved, again, that she belongs everywhere she chooses to be. Final voiceover, Maya's thoughts. They say the sky's the limit, but they never tell you that some people will question whether you even belong in the air. Every flight, I carry my mother's dreams, my daughter's hopes, and the weight of every person who looks like me and wonders if they can do it too. Today, a woman tried to put me in my place. She didn't realize. My place is at 37,000 feet, with 347 lives in my hands, doing the job I was born to do. And nobody, absolutely nobody, can take that away from me. I don't just belong in first class. I'm flying the damn plane. End card text. Less than 3% of commercial pilots worldwide are women. Less than 1% are black women. Captain Maya Richardson is fictional, but her story represents thousands of real pilots who face discrimination and prove their excellence every single day. To every person who's been told they don't belong, keep flying. Final voiceover, Maya's thoughts. They say the sky's the limit, but they never tell you that some people will question whether you even belong in the air. Every flight, I carry my mother's dreams, my daughter's hopes, and the weight of every person who looks like me and wonders if they can do it too. Today, a woman tried to put me in my place. She didn't realize my place is at 37,000 feet, with 347 lives in my hands, doing the job I was born to do. And nobody, absolutely nobody, can take that away from me. I don't just belong in first class, I'm flying the damn plane. End card text. Less than 3% of commercial pilots worldwide are women. Less than 1% are black women. Captain Maya Richardson is fictional, but her story represents thousands of real pilots who face discrimination and prove their excellence every single day. To every person who's been told they don't belong, keep flying.